What up, adventurers, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back over to Universal Orlando Resort, and welcome to Cabana Bay. We are once again doing another resort stay here at Cabana Bay again, and this time we're here for my birthday. So it's another birthday trip to Cabana Bay and all that good stuff. We've already gone in, we've checked in, we've got our room. We're gonna head on over, show you guys where we are. Apparently we're in one of the towers, and for what it sounds like, Kayla was able to swing a Volcano Bay view, so let's get over there. Let's head on over and check it all out. But also, if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and welcome back to Cabana Bay Resort here at Universal for our complete resort stay. All right, heading into the Bayside Tower to head on up to the room, because we're on like the 10th floor.
10th floor, right?
Yep, 10th floor.
Mojo chicken. Stir fry.
Ooh. First thing I'm heading for.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Oh, damn! Oh, that's a really good view.
wow. Oh, that's gonna be cool to look at night.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, no, that's, dang.
Shit.
I've always joked about wanting to stay in one of these rooms, and geez, they weren't kidding about the view. Wow.
That's gonna be cool at night because they light up the volcano.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be really cool.
$50. Plus parking.
Yeah. It's also got a good view. Like you can see all of like International Drive and where all the storms are hitting right now.
South of here?
Yeah. But the room itself, I love it. It's got a lot more space than I thought it was gonna be. Look, coffee. I'm gonna just gonna lower that.
Bring it down. Brazilian beef.
That hit something. I don't know what that turned on, but that turned on something. Do I have to do the thing where you have to...
Brazilian beef churrasco, marinated and grilled
Oh.
butter and steak, served with the chimichurri sauce, which can be optional.
Ooh.
And it's with some
Okay.
It's delicious.
And then, ooh,
It's stir fry.
okay. I do like this. It's really nice for a little room. It's just the craziness of the view, honestly. There's still people. What time's Volcano Bay closed? 7?
Well, right now it's closed.
Well, yeah. Well, they're down because of lightning in the area, but there's still some people trying to hold out.
Under umbrellas.
Yeah. Till 5. It's 5:40. Oh, I just saw a lightning bolt out there. Ooh, a little mini fridge.
God, it's like a puzzle.
Oh, this refrigerator's not for it's for chilling purposes only. I like they had to put that on it. Ooh,
Okay, I want it. The ones at Disney, if you put stuff in the back, it freezes them.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the pizza place has in-room pizza delivery.
I bet they charge $20 to deliver it.
Probably. All right, so we are heading down to the Bayline Diner, which is the quick service location, because we ended up ordering the pizza because you can actually order pizza ahead of time, and then afterwards we're gonna go swim in the pool because we're on the side that has the lazy river pools, or lazy river. And here you can actually buy inner tubes, and you can use it, and then when you do leave, either they'll deflate it, or you'll get a new one, brand new in box. So it's kind of a cool thing. So it's a Bayliner Diner, and they have multiple different things. They have hot off the grill, international eats. They have pizza, which you can actually order ahead. Delicioso pizza, where you can actually order ahead, and then delectacens, wrap sandwich, and soups and stuff like that. So, but we ended up ordering ahead just so we don't have to wait in line. But I mean, it's not super busy down here, but I think it's because the parks don't close till much later. It is also really nice that they do have a lot of seating that you can actually come out to right here. Plus they have like the classic like movies, videos and stuff playing. They do have freestyle machines, and they do have a refillable cup for the resort. So if you are staying for more than just like us for 2 nights, you can actually like have that, and they have the Coke freestyle machine. So I feel like that's a better deal than anything else. So we went ahead and did the kids menu, kids meal one, which is for $9, but I did 10 because I added chicken to mine. You get a personal pizza. You get either apples, carrots, or a breadstick, and then you can either get milk, water, or like apple juice. So $9 for all of that isn't actually a bad deal. I actually think this is a better deal than trying to get a normal sized pizza and having leftovers and spending more money. Well, this is kind of nice. They have a little fire pit going on out here. They do like offer a s'mores kit that you can buy in Bayliner, the Bayliner's location. and you come out here and you could roast some marshmallows if you would like. But we are coming out to do some swimming in the pool, and you can see they do have lots of seating if they needed to, and it's also sand as well, so it's kind of nice. Like I said, this is the one that does have a like little lazy river that goes all around, but I do love these rooms. And it's actually kind of funny. So something I was telling Kayla and my mom is that when I first moved to Florida 10 years ago, the towers here at Cabana Bay were not built yet. These were all built when Volcano Bay was built. So these are the newest addition to Cabana Bay. Now, most of these rooms you're gonna be your standard rooms. You're like what we're in right now. But then on the other side, you do have the family suites that they do have to offer. And outside of staying in the towers, we love staying in the family suites because those are super nice and they're like perfect size because they have like a little mini kitchenette and stuff. Stopped over at the malt shop and got some ice cream. Considering I got a salted caramel brownie and a waffle cone to get it. Walking back into the room, this is the view you have of Volcano Bay and Krakatoa. Now the thing is, they sometimes talk about at the very top, they do have like a little explosions and like erupting and stuff, but it doesn't look like it's doing that tonight. So, but it's kind of interesting being able to look into a whole water park, like still seeing what is still running and like all the lights, because I do know they do offer nighttime event for Volcano Bay nowadays. So that'd be really fun to do, actually. I think that would be more fun to do than like a normal day trip out if you've already been out to Volcano Bay. But this is a wonderful view to walk back into. So you talk about showing up and getting your morning view, but the downside of the window's a little foggy, but you do have a great overlook of Volcano Bay. It does open kind of early today. Had the 8 a.m. early admission. Park opens at 9. What was kind of sad was they didn't run any of the special little volcano stuff. Oh, look, the volcano's erupting. I don't know if they could see that, but it like shot water all the way up. But yeah, we'll tell you how the beds were as we walk over to the bus stop this morning as we head over to Universal. So we'll say our bed was extremely comfortable. We were just talking about how neither one of us woke up in the middle of the night at all. And plus, like, the room was very cold, it was comfortable, it was quiet, and so we got really good sleep. But so because we are staying on property, normally I do get early admission hour because of my pass, but with Kayla's pass, she doesn't get the early admission hours. So we're heading over to do early admission hours at Islands of Adventure, and also we're going to be doing a whole other video of spending a day at Universal because we haven't done that in a very long time. So we're heading over to the buses right now. Well, we made it to the bus stop just in time for the rain to start up, but it's kind of funny. This is a Volcano Bay bus, but they are using this bus this morning in favor of Epic Universe. So that's kind of actually nice because they're able to use one of their longer buses, but we're currently waiting for the bus to come over to go over to Universal. Like, as you can see, it is starting to rain. I think there's a small blip of rain this morning, but then it should clear up for a little bit, so we should be okay getting over there. Oh look, and here comes the bus now. Alright, so now we officially made it to City Walk from the buses, and as you can see, the rain is still a little heavier. However, it looks like it's going to break in about 20 minutes, so that works out well for us since we're going to Universal. I'm going to the parks for a little bit, but what we're going to do now is, since we are now into City Walk and into Universal, we are going to go ahead and stop the video here. We're going to do a whole video of our day hanging out here at Universal, so make sure you do check out that video as well, and we'll see you guys when we get done with that. Well, kind of change of plan. So we were in the park for a little bit, but there is a very large storm rolling in, and it looks like a lot of tour groups are starting to walk in right now. So instead of being in the park when it rains and storms and all of that stuff, I think we're just going to go back. We're going to go to the hotel, back to the Cabana Bay to relax for the time being, and then later this evening we will go back to the parks. Hopefully by that point the parks will have cleared out a little bit more, hopefully. I do wish that Universal had figured out a way to maybe get the buses a little closer than they are, because the buses literally drop you off pretty much right at the security checkpoint area, and you still have to walk all the way down, all the way in. I wish they figured out a way for the buses to drop you off closer to the parks, because you are paying a decent amount of money to be at one of their resorts, and you're not that much closer than the parking garages. Well, getting back to the room, and at least our window isn't all foggy anymore like it was earlier. You can see there's actually a decent amount of people at Volcano Bay right now. The wave pool isn't going right now, but I wonder how long will that last, because like I said, there's a small, when I say small, very large storm line heading this way. So I'm curious how much longer will everything still be up, because as we got back to the resort just now, it was starting to rain just a little bit, so that's usually the early signs, and the wind is starting to pick up as well. So as amazing as this view is and how wonderful it is, the major downside we have found, you can hear the music very loud, and especially when they start the wave pool, you could hear it so loud up here. It's a cool view, but I don't know if I'd ever want to do this room again. Maybe go back to the normal like family suites that we like. I'm not sure if I've shown this poster yet, but I do love this Volcano Bay poster. The adventure awaits. Mostly look very classic and stuff, and it kind of goes with the theme of like Cabana Bay of the like 70s and 80s and all that fun stuff. And we're gonna step outside, and there goes the camera because we keep the room so cold. Here comes our bus to come right on in. And I will say it's kind of nice because of how close the resorts, like especially this resort, is to Universal and stuff. The buses actually come quite frequently. We walked up, bus left, less than 5 minutes later, another bus. So kind of the one thing Universal's got going for them. Well, it's kind of a good sign for us since we're coming back into the park. Now, it looks like a good amount of people are leaving already. So, but before we jump over to do that video, we're gonna go up and get food from Panda Express. And it's actually kind of nice. If you do have the Panda Express app, you can actually mobile order through the app to the Universal side here. So I felt like that actually works out better so you don't have to wait in line, because this can get a little hectic. I think mostly at night and like lunchtime, but like we're literally gonna walk up right in time for our food to be ready. And we will actually show you guys the new shopping, Super Nintendo World Shop and the Butterbeer section here in a little bit when we are on when we're on our Universal video, so you guys can check all that out. But it was like the first time the other day when I came to get my new pass. This was open, but we do need to take the escalators up. Oh, you want to take the elevator up, or the elevator up. So it kind of works out. So you come up the elevator or escalator, you come up here, and there's multiple places. There's Bread Box, there's a Bayo station, there's Panda Express in here, there's a Burger King Whopper bar, and then behind it is Moe's as well. So lots of little places like quick to eat, and it's probably gonna be cheaper to eat here than it is gonna be in the parks. All right, so it worked out ordering ahead, even though it took them a while to get us our food, but there was a decent amount of like food for like the bowls. So they don't do like traditional, like where they have a bowl, they just put it in like one of the containers. So I felt like we ended up getting a little bit more, so that worked out in our favor. So, but now from this point, we're gonna go ahead and jump on over to our Universal video. So we got our first trips back to the parks. We already have return time to go back to Hagrid's, but we'll see you guys once we are done with all of that. And we are done with our time here at Universal, so now we are heading back to Cabana Bay. Want to kind of give you an idea, there is more weather incoming, so I don't know if we're going to be able to swim a little bit more tonight, but I think we are going to walk around. I kind of want to show you guys the lobby space a little bit, show you guys where you can bowl, go to the arcade. I do have a full Cabana Bay Resort tour video that I'll kind of put in the corner for you guys, just so you can see that, but let's head on out before this storm gets here and gets really bad. And if you're looking for the buses, once you get out of Universal, you are going to go to the immediate right where it says all bus transportation. And it does say Universal Orlando Resorts and others, because there are some that use this spot as well, like Lynx, the bus system here in Orlando. But we're heading on down. We're going to go to Cabana Bay, which I think is stop number 8, or parking spot number 8. So, but you can see all the people starting to leave now from the parks, mostly because like the big rides outside are going to be down because of the weather, and like Universal closes at 9 and Islands closes at 10. So, but we got our fill. We were here for quite some time actually, and luckily kind of were able to bounce around enough to just avoid the heat as much as possible and just make sure we were hydrated the entire time. And if you're looking for some of these other resorts like the Helios, Sapphire, Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, Portofino, it's going to be off to the left, especially considering the water taxis are currently down right now. Oh, it looks like there's a Cabana Bay Resort bus just now there. So I don't know if we'll get on because it looks like the line for it is very long right now. So let's see. I'm going to give Universal the benefit of the doubt and kind of a good praise. Cabana Bay had an extremely long line for the buses. And literally there has been a bus parking and loading as they go, and there is literally another one parked right behind it as well. So that is very good. We got in line at like 8:40. It's 8:46 right now, and they, like I said, and then there's definitely another bus waiting to pull up. So even if we don't get on this one, we've got another one right behind it. So just got back to Cabana Bay, and it's 8:59, and we left the park, or like we left the park around 8:30, but we did stop and walk around a couple of the gift shops. But it took about 30 minutes from park back to resort. Quick little stop to Bayliner Diner to just kind of see if we can grab anything to go really quick. See what kind of snacks they've got. They got natural foods and dairy restrictions, and then they've got grab and go stuff and s'mores kit and snacks. But I'll tell you what, the lines to get actual food right now are kind of insanely busy. So I would recommend maybe not getting something. You could get yourself some Chef Boyardee's, candy. They got lots of drinks options. They've got chocolate cake, they got cupcakes. You know, I really wish they had it. I really wish they had like Uncrustables, because I would love to just get a couple of Uncrustables actually. Don't forget to come over to the left side of Bayliner's Diner to see if there's anything else over here as well, because they do have other drink options as well. They've got some espresso, they have 300 milligrams of caffeine, wow. Some sodas, other like small snack items that you can get, Nutter Butter. So they got Cadbury, Scooby snacks. Look at the Pringles, lots of different like snacks and stuff. I will say, going to Shakes or the malt shop, the ice cream place right here, 100% worth it, because the salty caramel brownie ice cream I got last night was perfect and it was amazing, and I kind of want that again, but I don't want ice cream. I want like a snacky snack more, and we have a lot of snacks in our room right now. So one of the ways we can get back to the room though is we can go down the Americana Bay side and you just go through the buildings. So you stay in AC, or if it's raining, just to avoid getting wet. I still can't get over coming back to this view. Like I said, during the day, it's kind of like if you're gonna stay in the room, it's not like you hear all the music and stuff, but they're not even running the water again. They're supposed to have little explosions happening from Krakatoa. Oh well. Like I said, I think moving forward, we're probably just gonna stay in the family suites, or like the family rooms that they have. Those are much nicer, and like you also get like a small kitchenette space with a microwave and a good sized fridge as well. This, you get a mini fridge, you can get a microwave, but it costs extra to have the microwave in the room, which I think is a little dumb in my opinion, because for us to go all the way to a microwave, we have to go all the way back down by Bayliner Diner, and that's a 5 to 10 minute walk depending on how fast I want to walk. I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a view that if you're staying in one of the towers at Cabana Bay, those fireworks that are going off right there, those are the Magic Kingdom Happily Ever After fireworks going off right now. And I think a little bit to the left you can see the Epcot ones, but you can see them right there. And I think the sound we're hearing is the booms from the fireworks, but it's kind of funny because when we look at this tower, we're kind of on the right side of the tower, so we have a better angle of it. If we were farther down to the left, we would have had more of an angle over International Drive and stuff. But if you kind of want an idea, you can see it over there. You got the high flyer like the spinning swing ride. You got the Ferris wheel. And then you can see how bright it is down there as well. Like, it is lit up. That's why Universal was so big on, they didn't want them building that originally planned like 500-foot roller coaster that they were supposed to build there. Never sure what exactly happened with that. I may do a deep dive, figure out what happened to that one day. But you can see Volcano Bay. You can see how brightly lit up the wave pool is, and how great it actually kind of looks at night. It looks like a lot of the lights down there kind of flicker, like it was like little lights and stuff, like little lamps. And then there's, of course, I-4, the most insanely dangerous highway ever. So good morning, everyone. It is unfortunately checkout day from here at Universal's Cabana Bay Resort. So I'm heading down to go check out. I want to show you guys what they have for breakfast options here at Cabana Bay at the Bayliner Diner. And then I want to go over and take a couple little pictures. But we have to leave a little early-ish today because we have an appointment we have to go to. We'll come back and then we will be leaving from there. But I'm going to give you an idea what the morning kind of looks like. It was kind of nice to come out in the morning. I do love the sign for Cabana Bay where it's like beach resort, color TV, cold air. They used a bunch of those old style cars over there. But unfortunately, where they were sitting and people were messing with them, and they just needed more of the parking, because the park, if you're checking in, you park up and around here and you go in the lobby. But I didn't get to show you guys much of the lobby space, so I kind of want to just quickly go through that really quick just so you guys can see it. It's probably my favorite lobby out of any of the Universal resorts. I love the palm trees right here in the middle. and everything else. But if you first walk in, immediately to the right is where the checkout or the check-in desk is. I mean, for us, it's going to be checking out today, but usually when we stay here, we usually stay in the Thunderbird side, and this is where they have all like the family suite styles, where they're not like full bedrooms, but like they're bigger than a normal standard deluxe room, and they have small kitchenette spaces. Plus there is another pool over here with a fairly large slide. So I think from moving forward, though, I think we will probably stay on that side because we like that more. Also, you got Swizzle's Lounge, so if you're looking for some drinks and stuff. And then, of course, then you have a nice, good-sized gift shop for Volcano Bay. They do have a lot of, they have a small selection of everything, but the thing I love the most is they have a wonderful selection of Cabana Bay Resort merch. So, I love this shirt. I love where it says Cabana Bay on the front, and then it's got, the back. Love it. And then they do have a Galaxy Bowl, because they do have a bowling alley here. This cup, which my parents actually have, and then the wonderful beach resort towels. So some cool stuff for Cabana Bay if you're curious what they have. Now the thing is Cabana Bay does have a Starbucks here. However, because like I said, today is my actual birthday, like we always talk about, we always do a birthday trip or birthday week. Today's my actual birthday. So Starbucks, I get a free drink from Starbucks for my rewards. Cannot use it at Universal locations because these are not true Starbucks locations. They're operated and ran by Universal. So for us, luckily we have an appointment this morning we have to go to. There's Starbucks right next to it. So I get my Starbucks there this morning. One of the most unique things about this resort though as well is that they have a bowling alley area, and you can also sit down for dinner. But they have Galaxy Bowl, 10 full lanes, full-size bowling, everything. And then of course they don't start until 12. So bowling is $20 each on Monday through Fridays. Saturday, Sunday is $24. And these are your different prices depending on, these are times for different people. So if it was like me and Caleb, you only get 45. I think the one time we came, my family, we did 75. So you can actually book online. When we came, you had to go to them to do that. So it's kind of a cool experience though, if you're kind of looking for something to do at the resort. Resorts that gives you a lot of options to have and do. And then they do have a wonderful fitness center here, the Jack La Mene. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. But it's a really nice gym. The one time we stayed here a couple times when I used to actually work out, I actually came out in this, actually did hang out in this room, so. But I do love the second story, being able to look out over the lobby space. That's why I said Cabana Bay Resort is probably my favorite resort at Universal. I haven't been to Terra or Stella or Grand Helios, but I've always loved Cabana Bay. I love the vibes, I love how it is. It's just a fun resort. And then they've got a really big arcade that's only open till 11 o'clock at night though. But it is open from 9 to 11. They've got a lot of stuff. You can actually win tickets and even get Lego prizes if you wanted to. And then what's really cool about Cabana Bay is that during Halloween Horror Nights time, if you stay here, they sometimes have a specialty thing that goes on down here, and they're little I don't know, their rec center. They usually do something in here. Now, so that's why I kind of want to stay here again when Halloween Horror Nights happens, because they always have something special going on. And then, if you happen to be here, this is the Bayliner Diner. And here you get yourself some good breakfast, food, lunch, dinner, all that good stuff. And then down at the end, of course, the Shakes, where we got our ice cream the first night we were here. Then you have the Bayliner Diner, and you do have to have shoes, complete cover-up required, so you can't come in here in just a bathing suit. But they do have breakfast options if you are interested. So let's see, take a quick look at all the different menus, see what they've got. So over at the Sizzling Good Hot Off the Grill, you have breakfast favorites. You have the jumbo pancakes, French toast, kids French toast, and kids chocolate chip pancakes. Over here at Enjoy International Eats in the World, you have create your own omelet. You get breakfast potatoes and biscuits and all the different toppings right there. if you come over to the pizza spot, they have the American breakfast platter, Belgian waffles, savory waffles, and then they have a kids menu of scrambled eggs, kids waffles. And here's the thing my parents were always saying is they have biscuits and gravy, breakfast potatoes, grits, pork patties, and stuff here. And then at the deli, they have breakfast egg croissant, smoked salmon bagel with cream cheese, breakfast flatbread wrap, yogurt, and stuff. So lots of different options. And then you do have like grab-to-go options as well. They do have some cereals you can get if you like. Buy the cereal in here, you get your milk right there. They have lots of different pastries and donuts. And if you do get bread, there is toasters available in the dining space. And I think even there's also a grab-and-go section as well. Now, we do know that Universal has freestyle cups in the parks, but if you wanted to get one here at Cabana Bay to have for refills, you can actually get one, but theirs is a little bit different pricing. So for 1 to 3 days is $19. For 4 to 7 days is $25, and then if you're 8 days or more, it's $30. So like if you're gonna be staying here for more than a week, I think these are really worth it. For me and Kayla, this wasn't quite worth it for us to get because we're only here for a couple days, and spending $19 on a single cup when we just bring our own is not worth it in my opinion. And then there is lots and lots of seating out here as well, and including, I think, there's a grand total of 8 freestyle machines. So if you do get the freestyle cups, there are 8 of them out here. I kind of wish Universal would figure out, like, if you have a like refillable cup for the park, you can actually pair it with being here at the resort as well. Like you could just pay for both the park and here, but I think that's a little bit complicated. It can be a little more confusing, I feel like, for their system. And then they do have a very large pool area as well. This pool area pretty much stretches from all the way out here where all the sand is and seats and everything, and go all the way out here. Now, the nice thing is with the pool areas, they do have a hideaway bar and grill where you can actually order food if you'd like. Now, it's like a much smaller menu than going like to Bayline or Diner. But the other thing is also, I think you can actually order food from the chairs. So you have little QR codes on them the other day when we were in there, but I can't remember if they do or not. So maybe if we come back, I can double check it beforehand. But you see, this is the pool right here, and then there is a lazy river over there. And like I said, there is a place where you can actually buy different tubes and actually have one. And what happens is they'll fill it up for you, and then either one or two things will happen. Is that either you will get a brand new one in box, or they will deflate the one you have so you could be able to pack it up and take it with you. Now, what Mom says is during the Christmas season is that they do have Christmas ornament ones, and that people actually put them up in their windows if you're in these like the Continental or the Americana, because like then it's like kind of having like a little Christmas ornament in your window. So now Cabana Bay is also the only resort where you can access directly to Volcano Bay, and you have to be staying here and present your room key to go straight over there. And I feel like every time we've stayed here, outside of one other time, I've not had Volcano Bay on my pass. So it's all good though. I did also find out that Cabana Bay is the second largest resort here at Universal. From what we were told is that Dockside actually has more. So Universal has close to about 1,800, or Cabana Bay here has 1,800 rooms. Dockside has a little over 2,200 rooms, which this kind of puts it on par with something like at Disney and stuff, like with the All-Stars and stuff. So this is a very busy resort. That's why like last night we were out and about coming back from the park, and that's why the line to get on the bus was so long, was because this is a much bigger resort. But the nice thing is, because of how close these are to like City Walk and to Universal and to the parks, it didn't take us very long. Like I think it took us a grand total of 10 minutes from the time we got in line to the time we got on the bus. But it does take a while to get back to your room, so keep that in mind coming from the parks. So, and also Bayline or Diner does close, I think, only an hour after the parks close, so keep that in mind as well. Now, again, like I said, they do have these 2 towers, which, ooh, that's a lot of sun coming off that one. But these were not built until after Volcano Bay was being built. That's why they're not connected. Because like, you'd be like, well, why are they connected just directly to these? Or like, why do you have to walk for a distance? Well, it's because they were built after the fact. And so that's why they had to change it up. But if you are curious, if you walk down the Americana, or the, I think it's the Americana side, Yeah, the Americana side. You walk all the way down past the pool. Then there's a sign right here that says resort guest entrance room key is required. And also you have to have a ticket to Volcano Bay as well. So if you go all the way down past the Americana and then you go past the Bayside Tower, it takes you right to the security point for Volcano Bay. So like if you're staying at Universal and you're in Americana or Bayside, this is an amazing perk to have. If you're staying like in the Thunderbird suites over on the other side, it might be worth more to, because it takes a while, because we've done that walk a couple times to get there, but it's still kind of a nice little thing to have, to be able to get right into one of the parks. Considering, in my opinion, when you get off the buses, I feel like you should be closer to the parks than you are, because it's City Walk and you have to walk all the way through City Walk to get there. But I'm going to show you where the entrance is so you guys know if you're staying here at Cabana Bay. You walk down this little path past Bayside, and then you go right in there, and that is where the entrance area is, right past the crosswalk is. You go right in there and you'll go through security, and then you'll be right at Volcano Bay. Actually, I think actually you're right next to Volcano Bay's entrance. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's still cool. It's a cool thing to be able to get right there to it. What's also pretty interesting is that you go into the Bayside or either one of the towers at some point. I think it's right now. Yep, so if you are staying here, the doors will not open unless you scan your card. And so we're gonna head over, that's how you have to get up there, so keep that in mind. And if you're in any of these towers, they do have all the information you may need from the Shakes, Bayliner Diner, Swizzles, Bowling, Atomic Tonics, Pizza, Hideaway, hotel information, and Starbucks. Well, now that it's almost 8 a.m., they've let the early admission so that if you have early admission at either the resorts or an annual pass, they've allowed you in early to go up into Volcano Bay. And I think this is kind of a really good worthwhile one because you can get onto some of the bigger rides like the Aqua Coaster, the drop slides, and everything else like that. So it kind of works out really well, I think, in my favor. Plus you get a good spot for the day because a lot of people are already getting those front few spots. But I was kind of curious how much of a crowd would you see going in, because I feel like rope dropping Volcano Bay isn't quite like rope dropping the theme parks and stuff. So kind of a cool little thing to see, because I wanted to see it yesterday, but we slept. We were actually at the resort, at the parks already. And also today looks like it's gonna be a lot better of a day. Unlike yesterday where it was gross and rainy and stormy all day, this looks like a beautiful day out now. I mean, you should expect still there to be some weather in the afternoon because it's Florida, but it's gonna be a lot better morning than yesterday was. After our little doctor appointment, we stopped off, got Chick-fil-A, got my free drink from Starbucks, so I got the drink I normally would get on my birthday because it's way more expensive, and then I got a burrito from Chick-fil-A. I love their new burritos. But Kayla's just noticing as we walked back into the room, look how full the seating area is getting for Volcano Bay. I thought all of it would be full. There's still some seats off to the left in that area. They're still not full, but you can see, look at all the people. Oh, it looks like a tour group's heading in for the day. We've seen a lot of tour groups this weekend. But you got the slides back there. You got those slides. The only slides.
See the waves going.
Yeah, you can see the waves kind of going in the wave pool. Probably see people standing in line to go down the drop slide or the trapdoor slide. Then you got Oh No and Oh Yeah right there. So it's such a cool view. Like I said, you kind of hear a lot of the music when you're up here, but like once the park closes, it's not as bad. Let's look from our view from our room. Like I said, we probably will never do a room like this again. I think it was great for one time, but unfortunately, like right now, the sound for the waves, like the music is you can hear very clearly up here. Kind of one last little look around the room. I do like the space in here, but I will say, I wish they had better like shampoo and conditioner and stuff, because the stuff they have here, and they also don't have lotion either, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but oh well. Still good, like I said, good views. That's all it had going for it, really. And with that, our adventures here at Cabana Bay Resort do come to an end, mostly because we do have to check out and unfortunately go back to real life for just a few more days. But overall, it was a fantastic trip. I do love Cabana Bay. Like I said, I would honestly say the rooms to try to get into are the Thunderbird, the like family suites rooms, just because those have a bigger fridge, they have a microwave, and they're just a little bit bigger in a sense in that case. This was a great view. The Bayside Tower with the Volcano Bay view was great for once, but probably won't do it again. But it was still such a nice room. It got cold, the beds were comfortable, And overall, it was just a fun trip as well to Cabana Bay Beach Resort. So with all that being said though, as we do head out from our adventures here from Cabana Bay, we'll see y'all on the next adventures.